Jane Jones, 41. I graduated top of my class from Oxford. I've always worked hard, excelled, succeeded. I decided to set my sights on surgery, challenging, controlled, the body. People would scoff. Barely any women went towards surgery back then. Still don't really. They said I wouldn't have a life, forget being able to have a successful family, be a good mother. But I was going to prove them wrong. I was going to be a cardiothoracic surgeon, become a wife, become a mother, and be excellent at all of them. My husband filed for divorce 2 months and 17 days ago, and wants custody of our 2 children, my 2 beautiful boys, 5 and 2 years old. I met him at university. I was second year, he was third year historian, and aiming for the moon, like me. Wooed me with his blonde curls and perfect teeth, and 6 years later we were married. Him a history junior lecturer, I embarking on my general surgical training. I worked like a machine. In work for 8, I like to get ahead. Home for 6, study until 11, then settle down to bed. I wouldn't let myself have too many breaks on weekends either. I wanted to be the best. Being a woman had already set me back a little bit, and I needed to show them that I was there for business. It was late in our 20s when we started trying to bring up the idea of children, a family, but I could never really see myself doing that or it being the right time. I was in the perfect place. I was doing amazingly well. I was getting distinctions here and there. A child would be too difficult. I wouldn't have time. No, it wasn't the right time. For years it went on, and a bit of distance started to develop between us. I knew I wasn't giving him enough time, enough attention, enough love, so I tried arranging weekend trips here and there, the occasional romantic meal, and we got back to how we were before. Hopelessly in love, both working hard and enjoying our jobs, really understanding each other. But in our early 30s, we started asking again, pleading, reasoning, sitting me down and explaining why starting a family would work, how we'd make it work. I remember what I'd always thought. I'd become a mother and I'd be excellent at it. So I did. It took a few more years, and as I wanted to be higher up and closer to consultancy first. But at the ripe age of 36, we had our first son, and the second followed 3 years after. The last conversation he and I had was him shouting down the phone at me that I'd never been a mother. I'd been a distant aunt who occasionally popped in and showered them with presents, then wandered off again. And that the au pairs we hired were more of a mother to our children than I had ever been. He felt the need to highlight how short I'd let each maternity leave be. I tried, I really did try. I loved my boys. Loved them so much, wanted to give them everything I never had, which meant me working 50 to 60 hours a week, being on call more than my colleagues, and yes, I adored the job, adored my career, and loved pushing myself like that. But by that point, a lot of it was for them. It was. I've tried telling him I'll cut down my hours. I won't do calls as much, I'll take the weekends off. He suggested that his last bid is that I quit, become his housewife, full-time mother, let him support us. I ask him whether he actually knows me, he hangs up. I love my family, but I don't know how to show it when I love the job, the career, the life I've worked so hard for and so long for. How do I make the two go together?